Hey, and welcome to another episode of Rankum. Today is big. This is a pseudo sequel to our songs from live action musicals one we did last year, but we're going to the animated side of things this time. And if you saw that one, you know it goes into a lot of chaos very easily. But I'm not alone on this. We've got a few returning faces and one new face. You may have recognised him from that said songs from live action musicals, but Manning Franks is back.
Hey, hello. I'm so glad I am back. I was this close to not making it because of torrential downpours and storms in our area. So be thankful that we had a nice little parting of the waves like Moses did in the Prince of Egypt. Hint, hint. Prince of Egypt. Hint, hint.
But yeah, also returning, we've got Caleb Bowman. Caleb, how's it going?
Hi, I'm here. I'll do the hint thing too. A Goofy movie. Hint. Hi. Bye. Okay. Which song from a Goofy movie? That's the question.
But also here, this is his first time on Rankum, and I believe anything on Take 3. But Doug Castle is here. You may recognise him with the fan leagues.
Yeah, I'm excited. This is gonna be fun, and I'll throw a hint out too. Movie with a strong man. I don't know.
Okay.
Oh,
I think that was
okay. I think.
Yeah. I don't think there's another one that he could be talking about. So
Especially
Probably
if.
not, considering probably you know where my list is going.
Yep.
I just hope we're on the same song with this.
But yeah, how the show works is we each go in a roundtable discussion. Each write a song we think belongs in the top 12 songs from animated movies. And if the other people vote yes on if it should be on there. Because this is an even numbered panel, because I did try to get a fifth one, but a lot of people were either busy or just didn't want to do it. Who the person nominating the song, their vote doesn't matter. It's down to the other three people on the panelists, so it's going to be really interesting.
Ouch.
I mean, yeah. That's so it's definitely going to be a lot of interesting ones, especially with one of mine, which I don't know if anyone has ever heard of before, which is going to
Uh-oh.
be very interesting. But I mean, I will kick it off this time because I'll bring up the one I was hinting at myself. But this is a New Zealand animated movie, so whether I don't know if it's gone overseas, it's really interesting. But this one was the songs was written by Dave Dobbin. The one I'm going to bring up is Slice of Heaven by Dave Dobbin, which was written for the Foot Rot Flats movie, which came out in the 80s. So looking for the faces, I don't know if anyone has ever heard of it, so it's going to be interesting. But this Slice of Heaven is a great song. It's definitely one that sums up New Zealand. So, but yeah. Caleb, have you heard of this movie or song?
I think I understood about 50% of the words that we're talking about. I believe, yeah, Slice of Heaven from a rock movie or something. I don't know.
Foot Flats.
Yes, that. But seriously, yeah, I'm sorry. I've never heard of this song or this movie or the David guy. So I just, by the fact that I've never heard of this, I have to give this a no vote. But good for you. The only New Zealand song I know is How Bizarre by OMC. So
I mean, that's one I'm surprised is the only one you know, because Don't Dream It's Over is very big over there as well.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But Doug, have you heard of Slice of Heaven, and what do you say?
Yeah, no, I've actually never heard of it. I will make sure I jot it down so I do listen to it. I will promise you that. I can't unfortunately give it my vote due to the fact that I've never heard it.
Yeah, I understand. And Manning, I saw your head bobbing over there. Were you listening to it just then?
I actually was listening to it because I have never heard of this movie before in my life, so I decided to look up Slice of Heaven. And the movie, definitely, you can tell it was from an animated movie from the 80s. It has a very interesting, very cartoonish Tom and Jerry animation style, which, hey, you know what? The song's catchy enough, so I was jamming out to it. I just can't say yes because while I'm listening to it, I'm glad it's out there now people can listen to. It's not something I would put on the best.
That's fair. I mean, I knew it was a risky one to bring that one up, but I thought, well, why not? I don't get a chance to talk about New Zealand songs on here a lot, so why not? But I'm going to go to Manning. Manning, what is the first song you're going to bring up?
Me. All right. Well, now the question is, do I want to go with the song that I may not make it, or do I go with the song that probably will make it? But I don't know these guys' taste in comparison. So I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go on a limb, and I'm gonna go with one that I personally believe is one of my all-time favorite animated songs in an animated movie. This one in particular, we were talking beforehand. Most of these are filled with Disney songs because Disney is well known for their animated Disney movies with musicals. This one in particular does something different than like other Disney movies. Most movies will take a break, pause, and they'll sing about the character's emotion. They will take that time and kind of give us a little insight into what they're feeling and how they're, or a certain plot point in the movie. This one advances the plot along in the way that's akin to like the classic musicals of Les Mis, or The Phantom of the Opera, Cabaret, where it's intertwined and with the movie, and that is The Bells of Notre Dame from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. It is an incredibly well done song from a movie that's incredibly underrated, in my opinion. You have a wonderful choir, you have a great orchestra, and you have a great origin story in the fact of Quasimodo and Frollo. And I think it is a criminally underrated and probably is one of the most masterfully written songs of the time, of the 90s specifically, and one that does not mention enough. It's a great soundtrack, but that one in particular, they do very interesting things with that song, and I can't sing its praises enough. So, The Bells of Notre Dame. What say you guys?
Caleb, what do you say about The Bells of Notre Dame?
Here's the thing. You put me in a little bit of a situation here where Bells of Notre Dame, not my favorite song from Hunchback of Notre Dame. I would actually probably go with the villain song Hellfire, which I think is probably the best song. That said, I made a deal with myself that if either that one or Bells of Notre Dame was mentioned, I would give a yes to either, even though there's a rule about only one song per movie. I think both songs really deserve to be on there. So I'm fine with that one making on as long as at least one of those two represented. So yes, Bells of Notre Dame. It's a really great song from a great movie.
Hear, hear.
Doug, what do you say about The Bells of Notre Dame?
So you hit me in the heartstrings right off the bat.
Oh boy.
Love it. I love this movie. It didn't even cross my mind to put this on my list. Like that's you are 100% correct when I say underrated, because Hellfire is one of my favorite songs from there, but The Bells of Notre Dame is one of my favorite as well. So it's gotta get a yes for me for this one. He hit me with it. I'm like, oh man, I should have put that on the list.
Now listen, Hellfire is also fantastic. I will not take anything away from that. It was hard for me between those two, but I thought Bells of Notre Dame did something a little more interesting with its super long, being able to tell a story, that it just etched out ever so slightly.
No, that's fair. That's fair. They're both great.
Mm-hmm.
So was that a yes, Doug?
Yes.
Yeah. So for that, The Bells of Notre Dame is the first one to make the list. For me, Hunchback is probably not one of my favorite Disney movies.
Of course
and I probably would have given it a slight no myself, but doesn't matter because it's making the list anyway. So
I would recommend just to watch it again if you can. I'm not sure how many times you've watched it, but ignore the gargoyles. Well, I can not ignore them, but like just put them in the back of your mind and try to appreciate the story that they try to translate it via Victor Hugo for a kids movie. And by that knowledge, they do a really swell job. But throw it out there.
I do plan on doing a rewatch of Disney movies eventually, but yeah. Anyway, Doug, it's back up to you for your first nomination.
All right, so now I'm just gonna throw my list out the door, and I'm just gonna take a list of songs and choose one, and hopefully get one on the list. That's what I hope for, right? I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with a song that automatically made my list. I didn't have to think about it. The first time I seen this movie, I was in tears through 90% of the movie. Just because of what the movie means. And I went with Remember Me from Coco. And Remember Me as in the version that he sings to his grandmother, Coco, to remind her of her father.
So Remember Me is on the table. I'm going to go first on this one. This is a song that I don't remember. Quite ironically, I'm pretty sure we talked about this on God with the Wind that's coming out this week. But yeah, I'm probably going to lean to no because I think one of the other songs, Coco, is better. Manning, what do you say about Remember Me?
I concur with that same sentiment, Malcolm. Like I do enjoy. Well, I Coco to me is one that I didn't connect with. Is not a correct term for this, but it's not one of my favorite Pixar films ever. But Remember Me is a fantastic song, and with what given we were selected, I personally think while Mystery of Love was really good, it won the Oscar deservedly so that year. However, I got 12 other songs, well now 11, that are above that. So the question is, what do I give, what do I take? Because that is a worthy song to put on here. But I'll have to say no, and it's going to pay me to say so just because I think there are other ones that could deserve it a little bit more, just a bit.
Yeah, so that Remember Me does not make the list. Caleb, what would you have said?
I would have said no, not because I dislike the song. My problem is I think Remember Me is a great part of the movie. The problem is what makes Remember Me so great is the different ways it's used. But it's not really one song. It's multiple songs. And I know Douglas specifically mentioned the one with the grandmother, but that it's the individual parts are not as great as the actual whole of Remember Me, which I don't think you could call one song. But still, it's a great part of the movie, but I think it's best within the context of the film rather than on its own.
Anyway, Caleb, it's back down to you for your first nomination.
Okay, my first nomination is actually a movie that Douglas mentioned. And I hope this is from the song. This is the song that he wanted from this movie. I think it's the best song in this movie. I'm going with I Won't Say I'm in Love from Hercules. I think this Manning's very happy, so that's good. I think this is a really great song. A lot of the songs from Hercules have this kind of gospel sound, which it sounds good, but I really like this kind of Motown thing they got going on in I Won't Say I'm in Love. It sounds like something that you'd hear from the Supremes or something like that. It sounds really cool. I love it. And the whole kind of conflicting thing going on with Meg's character in the song really works. I just think everything about it, it's so catchy, so fun. I think it's the best song from that movie and one of the best Disney songs ever.
Doug, was this the right song from Hercules?
Uh-oh.
This was not the song that I chose for Hercules. While I love this song, I do think a different song is the best song in Hercules. just because of that, I do have to give it a no.
But that one might not make it on then, and then we might.
I know mine might not make it on either, but I just, when it comes down to it, the song, the one that I have from Hercules on my list, if it goes up for it, I just feel like it's a better song. It gives a better feeling of what the movie is aiming for, and which it drew me into that movie more. So unfortunately, I do have to give it a no on this one.
Manning, what do you say about I'll Never Love Again?
Wait, what? You mean I won't say I'm in love?
That's the one. I knew it had
I'll
nothing to
never love again. That would actually be funny if we switched suddenly. This is a yes from me because we know by now which one we're fighting against here, and it's a great song, but I've seen the main character having their plight and singing it out, albeit really, really well. And it's still one of the most catchiest songs. It's a great song to sing at graduation commencement, guys. I've seen that happen a lot. But this one in particular is something I go back to and listen to because it's so distinct and so unique. Susan Egan kills it with this song in particular. She has an amazing voice, and you get so much of her character in a song that's we're given a song with a character that we don't see that often. And Meg, I think, is one of the stronger characters in the movie. And I think that comes across in the way that this song is portrayed. So it's visually great. It's really interesting to listen to. I can say absolutely yes. But my vote means nothing until Malcolm says something.
Come on, please, Malcolm.
I do have a song of Hercules on my list.
Uh-oh.
It is not that song.
No! Not as good.
I mean, I do like that song, but I think the one that I've got on the list, which might be the same one Doug has, is the better song. So yeah, I do have to say no myself.
We tried, Manning. We tried.
What are you gonna do?
But anyway, it's back to me, and
so we have one song on the list.
we have one song.
We have one song.
Hold on, wait a minute. Wait. Pause.
Monsters.
We had 2 and then 2 agree, disagree. What happens then?
Well, because I was the one who brought it up, my vote doesn't count.
Okay, that's wanted to clarify. All right, just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, that's what I meant by the person nominated, like their votes kind of doesn't matter. It
doesn't count.
It's because even number panels.
Just checking.
Yeah, but I'm going to take another risk just because I do think we're probably going to end up with a few Disney songs on here. I'm going to try and get some non-Disney-ish songs as well. I'm going to go for a song from the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. I'm going to go for Now We Are Men.
Okay.
This is a song which I know a lot of people probably expected me to go to the other one, which I may bring out, but this Now We Are Men is one that I do think is an interesting song, and it does bring up a good plot point of like telling the story of SpongeBob and Patrick having to sort of grow up and go on this adventure away, because it's the first time this guy had been away from sort of Bikini Bottom, sort of going there. This song is one that a lot of kids will probably look at and see it as listening to it and as kind of inspirational song to go like, we can conquer our monsters. We can sort of conquer any fears we may have if we have to leave home and for the first time. So because of that, and because I do think it's an interesting song, and I do think it does fit in the top 10, but it's down to the other people now. Caleb, what do you say about Now We Are Men?
Look, you will find few people that love SpongeBob SquarePants more than I do. There's a reason I'm in that Full Metal Random SpongeBob match coming up. That said, like, top 12 animated songs of all time? Like, it's a fun, bouncy song. But if you want fun, bouncy songs, I could probably give you 12 other songs better than this, just of the fun, bouncy variety. Like, it's nice, it's catchy, but I don't think it belongs on top 12 of all time. Like, it's fun, but I can't give it a yes. And I feel bad because I'm basically the human embodiment of SpongeBob SquarePants. But I can't give this song a yes, and I'm sorry.
Doug, what do you say about Now We Are Men?
I actually feel the same way Caleb does. While I love that song and I love that movie, I remember seeing the movie in theaters with my little brothers and sisters, so it has a very special part in my heart. Unfortunately, I have a couple fun, bouncy songs on my list that I think are just slightly better than that, and I got to go with no for that one. I'm sorry.
Look, as I said, I've got a few lists I do plan on taking just because there's a few that I know will probably definitely make the lists. But Manning, what would you have said anyway?
I was listening to the song again just because it's a really fun song. I remember the first time you said that, I was thinking, now that we're men, we have facial hair. It's just a great, ridiculous, good SpongeBob. The movie is still really good, and that song's still great, but it's still a no, just because, again, top 12 is not something I would say, but I'm glad you mentioned it because that's a great, great mention.
That's definitely a great honorable mention.
Oh, yeah.
I might have to throw top 12 SpongeBob songs on the list on the poll at one stage.
You could do that, actually.
Ocean Man would have to count. Ocean Man would have to count, though.
Ocean Man. Wait, did they write it just for?
No, they didn't, but it would need to count because it's such a perfect part of that movie.
But anyway, it's back to you for your next nomination.
Already? Wow. Okay. All right. All right. Now you know what? In good faith, you yourself have presented one, actually two, that are not from a Disney movie. So I'm going to present the one that is on my list. Well, one of the two that are on my list that is not a Disney movie. Now, I implored you all in the chat to go back and watch this particular movie, and I'm not sure if it's on your list, but I want to throw it out there, and that is the song "Deliver Us" from Prince of Egypt. Now, there are thousands, excuse me, that's too numerous, dozens of great songs from this movie. But this one in particular sets the tone. Immediately, you get into this. The moment you get into this movie, you're hit with a powerful chorus with amazing visuals. Some great camera work accompanies this really melancholic cry out to the people. And it just kind of sits with your soul throughout the entire movie until it both ends with it and as well as it begins with it. Deliver Us is definitely one I would say is one of the best, but there are a lot of great songs in there. It's my personal favorite. What about you guys? What do you say?
Doug, what do you say about Deliver Us?
Deliver Us is not. It's oh man, I wish I would have thought like a little bit more outside the box. My list got filled up so quick. It got filled up really quick. Like I didn't even have to really think at parts, and then other parts I was like, no, I can't do double songs. And I wish I would have like broadened it out a little bit because Deliver Us it's not just an excellent animated song, it's an excellent song in general.
Mm-hmm.
I could listen to that outside of that soundtrack. I remember listening to it outside the soundtrack. I'm gonna have to give this a yes.
Woo!
And Caleb, what do you say about Deliver Us?
Yeah, I also have to give this a yes. Not only is this, I think, one of the best like opening songs from an animated movie, I think this is like one of the best openings of any movie. Like this is just the perfect way to just grab you, immerse you into this atmosphere. We don't need to really introduce any specific characters yet. It's just about getting the feel for that atmosphere. That's why this song is just so perfect. It's great. I'm glad that this is the song that you picked from the movie because I think this is clearly the best song from the movie.
With that, Deliver Us does make the list.
Yes.
I had to just re-listen to it because it's been ages since I've seen Prince of Egypt. But I probably would have given it a very slight yes. I do like the song, but it's just one that for top 12, it probably would have been, for me, it's probably the lower echelon. But anyway, it's back to Doug.
All right, since Malcolm, you went upbeat, I'm gonna bring an upbeat song in. From one of my top 3 favorite animated movies of all time, from Beauty and the Beast. This song for me, while the movie starts like maybe 10-15 minutes into it, it adds this really colorful imagination of what this world is, and I'm going with Belle.
Interesting pick. Caleb, what do you say about Belle?
Doug, you had me for a loop for a second because you said this song starts 10-15 minutes in. I was like, oh, he's going to go with Be Our Guest. It was like, oh, Belle. I thought that was like only 5 minutes into the movie.
No, because the dad gets kidnapped and then...
No, Belle's before the dad gets kidnapped.
Belle's... Oh, I missed
Belle's...
then. All right.
You can't
It's qualified.
It's all right. 5 minutes. I gotta watch the movie over again.
Yeah, like, but anyway, that being said, this is actually my favorite song from the movie. So I'm glad that is the one that you brought up. I think it's like, this song does not get enough credit for being the best song in that movie. It's just so much fun. It's so great. I love just hearing the townspeople go about their day. Well, kind of time up Belle, and you introduce Gaston, and he has this great part. It's just such a super fun song. It's like the perfect opening. I love it so much. It's from my all-time favorite animated movie outside of Spirited Away. This is like my favorite Disney animated movie, definitely. So, yeah, I gotta give a yes to Belle.
But yeah, I've got 2 songs from Beauty and the Beast on my list. And I was going to say yes to either one of them if they came up. Belle's not one of them. So I do have to say no, just because I do like the other 2 songs I got down on my list better. So it's all down to Manning.
Oh no.
Please.
Okay.
Come on.
See, okay. Now here, save.
That's no time.
Okay. All right. Here, this is my thought process right now. We have already said yes to 2 opening songs in 2 separate movies so far, and when I had to shoot down one, I didn't shoot it down. Once Sam and Love was shot down, that broke my heart. But there's also a movie that's on the horizon that is also very good. That it was also second on my list. Belle is not even second on my list in those 3 on the songs. Not saying it's not good. It is also my favorite animated film of all time. But there are ones that I want above this that kind of exemplify the movie a bit more. So I'm gonna have to say no, and you all can hate me. I just apologize. But there's another one that I really want to get on.
I'm more mad that you got me to side with Doug.
Oh. Well,
I'm kidding.
But anyway, Caleb, it's back to you for your next nomination.
Okay, well, everything I like ends up getting shut down unless Manning brings it up first. So I'm gonna go. I mean, that's really like the only ones here that I like are the ones that Manning brings up.
Okay, all right, let's do it. Let's do it. I'll say yes to this.
Okay. Well, you don't have to if you don't like it.
Okay,
but
we'll see.
I'm gonna go. Yeah. What do I want to go with? Okay, I will get down to business to defeat the Huns. I'm going with "I'll Make a Man Out of You" from Mulan. I love this song so much. It's like the perfect part of the movie. It's like a training montage scene, but it's also just a great song. Like when I was in middle school, you could just like when we were like in gym, like you could just start like let's get down to business, and everybody would just go to defeat the Hans. Like just that song is so great. Everybody loves it. It's great. It's my favorite song from Mulan. I love it. It should get on the list because it's great.
Yeah, I'm gonna go first on this one. Just like Hunchback, the songs in Mulan I'm not connected with. Um, but I'm not gonna deny that I'll make it. This song is not a terrible song. This is probably like, even though I don't connect with songs in Mulan a lot, this is probably my favorite song in Mulan. But I'm going to give it a slight no. It probably would have been a 13 for me. But Manning, back to you.
Okay, well, this is going to be enthusiastic, yes, because this was on my list.
Okay,
This is a great song and is easily the best. Okay, not easily the best, but definitely one of the best. This is a song that me and my cousins always kind of quoted and sang to each other, along with what's that one from Mulan? Oh my goodness, A Girl Worth Fighting For. Those are the two we always quoted to each other because that was a movie that we all loved, and it holds a special place in my heart because it also progresses the story in a way that's also really entertaining and a lot of fun, and it gets us into a little. You don't need words from like Mulan saying how she feels. She just kind of expresses it through the song and through the visuals, and it's fun. It's in comparison to the dourness of Bells of Notre Dame and Deliver Us. This is a great fun song. So yes, I'm lining up to defeat the Huns. Sign me up for the next war.
Doug, it's all down to you.
Yeah. I again. It comes down to, while it's not on my list, hey, listen, don't get upset yet.
I'm not.
I'm just bracing myself. I'm just bracing myself.
Yes, bracing.
Yourself a little bit, but you're fine.
Ooh.
While it's not on my list, I do love this song. Unabashedly love this song. I remember listening to it when I was in, elementary school and middle school, and just being a rough and rowdy, little boy throwing around with his friends, and we wrestled, and it just like it was fun, and it was like it was a good time, and the movie itself, it was amazing. So yes, I'll give that a yes as well.
And with that, I'll Make a Man Out of You will makes the list.
This is a good list.
Song.
Yeah.
It's a good list.
Yeah.
But it's back to me, and I'm going to go. This is another non-Disney, but the first time I saw this, I actually immediately thought it was a Disney movie. Because it's got that style. I'm going to go for a song from An American Tail. I'm going to go for Somewhere Out There. This is a sad, like, this may be a sad song, but it's one that is instantly memorable as well. It's just one that, every time I hear it, it's just like, it rings in your head. It's just one that is one of my favorite kind of songs that I really love listening to. And I've even loved singing this at karaoke a lot of times as well. But I would have. This is one of the movies I had two down. I think. This is one I think is probably the better one out of the two I've got. But the other one is a good song as well. But Manning, what do you say about Somewhere Out There?
Come back to me because I have actually never seen An American Tail. So I'm gonna listen to this right now.
Watch that movie. You should watch that
listen.
Movie.
I know it's just this is one that's kind of like slipped. One of the few animated films that slipped under my radar as a kid. So give me a sec.
Doug, what do you say about Somewhere Out There?
Okay, so Malcolm with the sleeper call. I love the American Tail series. I watched it when I was 5 years old. I remember these movies, and as soon as you said it, I was like, "Yep, that's a yes. That's a without a doubt, yes. I love that movie, and it just breaks my heart, and I love it. It's so good. So yes.
Caleb,
Guys, this is sad.
Caleb, what do
This
you
is
say
really
somewhere out there?
Everyone born before like 1995 is going to hate me. I'm sorry, guys. I don't like this song. I'm sorry. I've tried. I don't think this is a good song. I'm sorry. Maybe it's because like Feifel isn't a great singer. I'm sorry, he's not.
Oh my god.
He's pitchy. I know he's a kid, but like that doesn't mean that the song's great. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm sorry. I feel bad, but I don't.
So,
I feel bad, but I don't.
Shout out to Zadius who just said goodbye, Boatman.
so it comes down to Manning.
Okay, this is actually really, really cute. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, he's not the best singer, but that's not the point. I'm not. Sell me a bit more. Sell this to me a bit more. Because I finished it and I love the song, but convince me why this is one of the best. Throwing it out there.
I mean, yeah, like for me, it's just one of those ones which, if you're a little kid, sort of just looking out there and thinking that there's a better world out there, is like it's one that's going to sort of resonate with you a lot. But yeah, I can't. I'm not. Yeah.
All right. Imagine you're sitting on a rug and you pop this in on a VHS, and you're 5 years old, and you have this mouse who believes that there's a better world out there, and they're delivering you this message that you can go out and achieve anything you want with a little hope.
I'm just imagining a little mouse singing to me now. I'm gonna go yeah. I'm gonna go yes. I'm gonna go yes because one, it's a really different choice, so it's not gonna be just all Disney. And two, you guys remember this because I have something coming out that I'm not sure people have there. So mark my words. So it's a yes for me. Being strategic.
But yes, somewhere out there, Matt's list. The other one I was tossing up for this movie was There Are No Cats in America.
I
Was
would
the
have
other one?
Oh,
Yeah.
that is a
I would have
great
said yes to
song.
that one, actually.
But anyway, Manning, it's back to you for your next pick.
Oh wow, man, this is going fast. Okay. God, how many do we have so far? We have 4, right?
We have
Oh,
four.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go with one that I believe is one that we all enjoy, and one that kind of gets better with age. Just because of I guess what it means, especially when we get to the 3rd movie in the series, and that is "You've Got a Friend in Me." One of the best songs, if not Pixar. Actually, this probably is Pixar's best song. Randy Newman's like, you cannot hear that moment of "You've got a friend in me." It's wonderful. It's fantastic, and the way that he uses his the moments, like I'll always remember if you watch Toy Story 3. By the time you've gotten to this, the very beginning is a montage of Andy growing up. And by the end, it'll end. It's showing him growing up, and it'll cut to the song like, "And as the years go by, our friendship will never die," and then it fades out. It is a beautiful song about growing up, and one that kind of hits you depending on where you are in your life. As a kid, yeah, it makes sense. And you get older, oh no, I've made horrible decisions. Where I want to go back to being a child. It's just kind of this wonderful thing of like, this essence of childhood. And Randy Newman puts that beautifully. You've got a friend in me. Putting that out there.
Caleb, what do you say about You've Got a Friend in Me?
I'll be honest. I was gonna say no because I thought I couldn't make it on. Like I think it's a great song on its own. I didn't think I could make it on, but honestly, Manning's argument sold me with that moment from Toy Story 3. I think I got to give it a yes.
Woo!
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have You've Got a Friend in Me from Toy Story on my list. I had the Spanish version of You've Got a Friend in Me on my list. But yeah, but I'm gonna say yes to this because the Spanish version is the same
Spanish
song.
version? Wait.
Yeah, it was done in when Buzz got turned all. I think it was 2 or 3 of
yeah.
Well, yeah, it's from 3, but I mean, really?
Well, no, as I said, it's the same song. It's just one's just in Spanish.
Okay, Malcolm.
But anyway, my joke hit flatter than a flat thing. But Doug, what would you have said? You've Got a Friend in Me?
Without a doubt, yes, because it was the second song that I thought of to put on the list. So that was without a doubt, yes. Like I love that song to this day. I still remembering holding my stuffed Woody and watching Toy Story. Again, I'm probably one of the oldest people in this chat, and that movie to this day still gets me.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to point out that Doug just said that he would hold his Woody while watching Toy Story.
Yes, I would.
I am deceased.
Doug, we might need to see your hands on screen from now on. But it's your turn to nominate a song.
All right, so I'm trying to get. I want another upbeat song on the list. So I'm gonna go with something that automatically popped in my head as soon as I thought about animated movies. This movie, I don't know why I connected so well to it. I don't know why I connected to this character so well, but as a child, I just loved the movie so much that I named my dog after this character. And it's the Jungle Book's The Bare Necessities. I had a dog named Blue. I loved him. I loved Blue the bear. That scene where he's literally just shaking his back up against the tree and singing the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. And it gets stuck in your head the first time you hear it. It's just something that's memorable. It's something that will probably outlive us all. And it's just a song that to this day, I think a lot of people probably actually need to listen to because it's not all about, worry and stress. While there is another song on my list with that same meaning, I thought I'd go for hopefully the home run with The Bare Necessities by Jungle Book.
Caleb, what do you say about The Bare Necessities?
Look, I Bare Necessities as much as the next guy. Well, we have 7 spots. And we don't even have of like the big movies, like the big Disney animated movies on here with like the major soundtracks. We don't have any of like the big, which like big 4 I'm talking about. We don't have any of those on there. I can't give room for Bare Necessities because we just don't have enough room at this point. Like early on, I could give out a few freebies. At this point, it's like we don't have any room for these. Like we got to get down to business to defeat the Hunt.
Manning, what do you say about The Bare Necessities?
This one, I kind of agree with Caleb at the same time, but this one has a personal, emotional connection to me. Blue is always one of my dad's favorite characters, and my dad passed away this year. And it just kind of like has this emotional connection to me personally. I hear it and I see and like, okay, that's my dad there. And the song is also really catchy, really kind of just like, you just kind of want to throw your hands up and say, you know what, the bare necessities, forget about your worries in your life. At the very end, you got Baloo taking Bagheera off into the sunset as they have that really funky beat to it. They added an entire new brass section to it, which gives it a little more dimension. If it doesn't make it on, I totally get it. But for me, it's a yes. It's an absolute yes.
The Bare Necessities is the one song from Jungle Book I wrote down. This is my favorite song in the Jungle Book, and I'm easily saying yes to it.
Mm-hmm.
And while Caleb looks on it, asks with disapproving
Yeah.
eyes,
We
his
don't
turn to
have
pick up.
enough room, guys. We're gonna leave off one of the big
Well, we'll
Jungle
find
Book's a
room.
big movie. Without the Jungle Book, you wouldn't get any of your movies. So it's
That's
Listen.
not a good argument.
This will be the one move. Well, actually, scratch that. This will be one of the two, I can guarantee, of the old Disney classics prior to The Little Mermaid that will be on here. So at least we need to diversify.
I mean, but at this point, the big ones that I'm worried one of them's gonna get left behind because we're not gonna have.
Trust me, one of them might get left behind on my list. TBA.
Okay.
Anyway, Caleb, it's your turn to pick up the song.
Okay. Well, I had like some others that I. Well, how many spots do we have?
There is
We have-
You have 6.
Okay. You know what? You guys got to have your fun. I'm gonna have my fun.
Do
If
it.
we listen to each other's hearts, even though we're miles apart, I don't know I can't think of the words right now. I'm tired. But it's eye to eye from Goofy Movie. Okay? It's eye to eye from Powerline, the greatest pop star of all time. All time. All time. Better than Beyonce. Better than everybody. Okay? If Powerline really existed, Kanye would say, Beyonce, I love you. I'm going to let you finish. But Powerline is the greatest singer of all time. And Eye to Eye is the best song from a Goofy movie. And I love it. And it's great. And it's on the list. We put a mouth on here. So we should put
somewhere in Canada, Brooklyn is yelling out yes, but he's not on the panel, so he doesn't have a choice in this. I'm saying no. I'm not a big fan of a Goofy movie, and I don't like this song. But Doug, what do you say about Eye to Eye?
I do love the movie and the song. I'll start by saying that.
No.
But unfortunately, I think there's just a couple more songs that are better than that on my list. That's not saying much because not much has gotten on. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't.
Just put it on there. Please. Please.
Sure, I'll give it a yes. I really.
Yes! Thank you, Doug.
But
I'm
now it's
betraying
down
my
to
soul.
Manning. What do you say to Eye from a Goofy movie?
No, absolutely not.
Manning.
I don't care for the Goofy movie, actually, and I prefer an extremely Goofy movie because it's mindless fun. A Goofy movie never spoke to me personally. It's good, but I saw it when I was a kid, and I was like, "Can I watch something else? Another Disney movie?" It's a no. You can't convince me, Caleb. This is when I'm going to put my foot down. I don't do that often. No.
Dang it.
You can't convince me this time. We are not eye to eye. We are not seeing eye to eye. I'm sorry, that's rubbing salt.
You broke my heart.
Sorry, Lisa.
But
Lisa.
but anyway,
Lisa.
it's back to me to nominate a song. And I think we've danced around the big four for long enough. I'm going to bring up one
Yep.
of the big four. I'm going to bring up my all-time favorite Disney movie, and that is The Lion King. And the song I am going to go to is Hakuna Matata. This is probably one of my most favorite songs from The Lion King. Um, I love Elton John and his songs, and he's written for it. But Hakuna Matata, I think, is a more fun song. It literally means no worries. But yeah, even though I'm nervous for the live action remake that's coming out, I think that Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner will do this justice, and it should be really interesting. But Caleb, what do you say about Hakuna Matata?
Look, I get it. It's a fun song, and I understand like that it has a very important spot in the movie because it's like kind of the levity that you need from Mufasa's death. But I think if you put any bouncy song after Mufasa's death, it gets about the same reaction that Hakuna Matata was, and I think that's why like that song's so beloved. Like it's a good song, but it's not even. I wouldn't even say it's the third best in that movie. I think there are 3 other songs from The Lion King that are better than Hakuna Matata. So I can't give that a yes. I think there are 3 that I would much rather have on the list from The Lion King than Hakuna Matata.
Doug, what do you say about Hakuna Matata?
All right. So I feel completely the opposite of Caleb. I feel like you wouldn't be able to have any other song. I think that this song was picked perfectly for that moment because it shows Simba it's okay to move on from grief. And he needs that because without that, he would have probably been really worse off. I think Hakuna Matata is one of the best songs in The Lion King. I go back and forth between that and Circle of Life all the time because they're 2 of my favorite songs from animated movies of all time. And it's also a super catchy song. I mean, somebody starts singing it, you're gonna sing it. There's no stopping that, because it's just that catchy. It's the levity that you needed in a super sorrowful scene to get children who saw that movie in the theater past that scene and understand that that's okay and you can move on. So yes.
And Manning,
I'm back. I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was.
what do you say about Hakuna Matata? It's all
I was, well, whatever that weird thing was. I apologize. Literally, it just said, your session's expired. Bye-bye. And then it just kicked me off. So whatever that was. It was apparently Caleb hacking my thing for not putting eye to eye on there. Grr. I was waiting. I'm waiting for someone to. I'm waiting for someone to say. To say the best. Obviously, the best song in The Lion King is "The Morning Report." I'm surprised no one has actually said this because, obviously Zazu needed more time. He's obviously the best character. No. The Hakuna Matata is one that I like, but I never was drawn to it as a kid in comparison. The visuals are great, but it's not my favorite song in The Lion King. And I would personally prefer to have another one on there. So it's a no for me, just because there's other ones that I want to try to get on there that kind of hopefully encompass it more. But it's a good song nonetheless. Really good song, actually.
Manning, it's back to you. What is the next nomination you're going to bring up?
Okay. Next one. Now this is one we're gonna get these 4 down, and we're gonna find these 4, and nothing else will go on until we've agreed on these main 4. But there's one, actually. I'm really debating between 2 right now from this single movie because each one represents something different in this film. They each represent something very powerful and raw when it comes to characters' relationships and their emotions. One is it's probably one of the best character introduction songs ever. The other one is probably one of the best love songs ever. So I'm literally not what to pick, so I'm going to say one out loud, and if we all can agree, we can pick this one. And if we all go into the other one, we can pick that one once we shoot this one down. And that is, the first one I'm going to pick is Friend Like Me from Aladdin. Now, this is probably one I'm debating going back and forth with, which we can guess is A Whole New World. But this one is probably the best character introduction song in any Disney movie, in any animated Disney movie of all time. Robin Williams is my favorite animated voice performance of all time because he embodies that character so fully. Because, of course, they wrote it for him. They drew it to him. It's visually a masterpiece. It is vocally, it's something you just want to keep on repeat. It is so engaging, so fun, so fresh, and it just kind of symbolizes this is what this character is, and you will have him in your head for the rest of the day, because it's just that memorable and just that engaging and fun. I mean, there's literally nothing I can say. I could sing it right now for you. It would convince you otherwise, but I won't because we're low on time. What do you guys think?
I'm going to go first, and this is one I actually didn't put on my list because I gravitated to A Whole New World. But
Yeah.
now that I think about it more, you actually sold me on it because I do like Robin Williams' take on this, and whether you love or hate the live action redo they did, Will Smith also does the song justice in his own style, in his own way. But it's the animated one we're focusing on, and it's a yes. So, Doug, what do you say about A Friend Like Me?
So, before we had the discussion, I had both A Whole New World and Friend Like Me both on my list because Aladdin is my second favorite movie of all time. And I took out a Whole New World for A Friend Like Me. So you can see where I'm going with this. I also saw Aladdin Saturday, and I loved Will Smith's rendition of it. I thought it brought his own character to it, which was great. But nothing will ever replace Robin Williams' version and the introduction of a character that has now become synonymous with himself. I remember, tossed on a bunch of stuff from Robin Williams, and Aladdin was the first thing and the last thing that I tossed on. So Friend Like Me is a definite yes. I'm about to get all teary-eyed, guys. I'm just
there you go.
About Robin Williams, man.
Do it.
And with that, Friend Like Me makes list. Caleb, what would you have said?
I'm so glad that this is the one that Manning brought up because I think this is clearly the best song from the movie. I think it's so fun. Williams brings the energy that only Williams could. No, I'm sorry. I haven't actually seen Aladdin yet, but I've heard this version of the song that Will Smith has. Don't think it really works that well. That's just my opinion, but I think that the version with Williams is just so perfect. Everything, the voices, it all is just timed perfectly. It's used exactly at the right time. It's just amazing. It's my favorite song in that movie. Definitely gets a yes.
And I'm going to give a shout out to the chat. We've got Zedius, Cameron, Stardrew all in chat. Zedius says that his favorite is One Jump Ahead, which is probably my third favorite song from Aladdin.
Yeah.
And a lot of the chat is still salty that I didn't make it on.
As they should. As they should be.
I mean, you can hate me. It's okay. Hate me. Send all your hate mail to P.O. Box.
It's okay. You put bells in Notre Dame, and you were with me on I'm Sending Love.
You're right. You're right. I get a pass.
You're on nice, Manning. Yeah.
I mean,
Nice.
all your hate mail to Caleb Coho. But Doug, it's back to you for your next nomination.
So I'm not so mad now because 3 of the songs that I've chosen is now on the list because me and Manning have, I guess, similar tastes. So that's what's up. I'm going to continue to still go down the rabbit hole of not the great 4 because I love classics. I really do. And I think more of them should be recognized. And one that I think should be recognized right now is Best of Friends from Fox and the Hound. Caleb's face is the greatest because he's like, oh, damn.
I wish I could.
Caleb, what do you say about Best of Friends from Fox and the
Again.
Hound?
Look, I want to put this is one I wish I could put on this list. I really wish I could put this on this list. And had some of the other ones not taken up this list, I probably would have considered it. At this point, though, I feel like I can't put it above a lot of the others at this point. Like, I really want this to make it on the list, and I'm not going to be mad if it does. But, like, the list is just, that window is just shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. And besides the big four, there are other songs that I want to make it on there that aren't in there. So I gotta give it a no. I'm sorry. But I'm okay if it makes it on, but we need to get down to the
songs that are on my list are on this, so I don't care. I'm throwing out real random ones at this point. No harm, no foul. But with that being said, I love this song, and I know probably most of you guys love this song too. So,
but Manning, what do you say about Best of Friends?
You know, this is a really criminally underrated movie in general. Super kind of a little darker than most, and kind of very somber and sad. And this movie kind of sets a tone for the song sets a tone for the rest of the movie, and kind of like what it's going to be and what it's not going to be. But it's so short. It's just kind of like it's a couple of it's literally 2 verses and a chorus, which if that. But you know what? I'm going to consult a judge, someone who's this is one of her favorite movies of all time. I'll be back in 10 seconds. Play music. Meryl.
You can send all your hate mail to CalebCowboy.com. Please, right now, buy a free mug that says "I Hate the Trilogy." Buy now for $5.99, and you get a free "The Pirates Are Bad" T-shirt.
But yeah, while Manning is away, I'll do my take on this song. I mean, Fox and the Hound. Well, I've not seen this, so I just quickly listened to the song in question. I actually do like the song, and I'm actually going to give it a slight yes.
Okay, it's a no. It's a no. My sister has said so.
So yeah, so sadly my yes doesn't help anything.
Whoops.
But anyway, Caleb, it's back to you for your next nomination.
Okay. So I have to make a decision. Do I go for one of the big 3 we have left, or do I make my one last shot? And I think I'm gonna wait. I think I'm gonna wait for my last shot. And no, I gotta take my chance now.
Nope. Okay. Uh-oh.
I want to know. Can you show me? There's something familiar about these strangers like me. I'm going with Strangers Like Me from Tarzan. It's a great song. I love the soundtrack to Tarzan, and I don't even like Phil Collins that much. I think it's a great soundtrack or a great song. Well, the entire soundtrack too. It's like just this perfect scene in the movie, and I love it. But that song is just like, I want to know, and the drums and everything, and it's great, and it should be on the list.
What song was it?
Strangers Like Me.
Strangers Like Me.
Okay. Yeah. No, I missed it when you said the title of the song. But
oh, okay. Yeah, Strangers Like Me from Tarzan.
But Brooklyn will probably agree with you because he really likes the Tarzan soundtrack. I don't like the songs in Tarzan, any of them.
Ooh.
So I'm saying no. Doug, what do you say about Strangers Like Me?
Unfortunately, Tarzan made my honorable mentions, but not that song. So if one of them got mentioned, I would have given my yes for it, but it wasn't the one that you mentioned. I'm sure you know which one I'm thinking of.
I'm not sure, actually. There are two it could be.
You're probably thinking the one that I'm thinking of. So it is a no for me for this one.
Manning, what would you have said about Strangers Like Me?
I liked Tarzan well enough, but it never was one that I gravitated towards personally. It's gonna have to be a no, just because if Caleb, if you had wait to shoot your shot till after we get these big three on, I may have said yes with some convincing. May have said yes. I can't say guarantee I would have, but I want to make sure these get on above all else more so than anything else, because then we can have that and get that out of the picture. So it'll be a no for me now. Although there is another song from Tarzan that I might say yes to.
I have a feeling it might be the song that I have as my honorable mention.
Maybe. We'll see.
You gotta wait. We gotta wait because we gotta get these three out there.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we got to get these three on. Caleb says while he goes for one of the nod.
Shade.
But yeah, I'm going to drift away from the big three myself because why not? That's what I'm going to do.
We're gonna be here forever.
I'm going to go for one of my probably all-time favorite songs from any animated movie, and that is "There's a Wonderful Thing About Tigers" from Winnie the Pooh. I really love this song. This is a really great character introduction song, and just sort of he tells the story of his life in this one song. Just explains everything about his race and all that. It's a fun song, and it's one of those ones which every time I listen to it, I can't get it out of my head for a whole day. It's just in my head. It's just bouncy, bouncy, bouncy all around my head. So, Caleb, what do you say about "There's a Wonderful Thing About Tigers"?
I kind of gotta give it a no, just for the same reason I gave "Now That We're Men" a no. It's like it's bouncy, it's fun, top 12 of all time. I can't, especially. We really need to focus on getting these three in there. I'm sorry, I gotta give it a no.
Doug, what do you say about "There's a Wonderful Thing About Tigers"?
Listen, Tigger is my favorite 100-acre character of all time, next to Eeyore, because I love Eeyore and he's just so sad. But I unfortunately got to give this a no.
And Manning, what do you say about "There's One Thing About Tigers"? Or what would you have said anyway?
It would have been a no, just because I was trying to remember how long this song was. If you're going from the theatrical release of Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, the song's not even a minute. It's very, very short. It's more of a jingle, I would say, than an actual song. And while I really do like it, I would probably actually put Heffalumps and Woodles above it, which is a really, really terrifying song. But no, it's a no for me.
And yes, Stardrew, I did watch the Christopher Robin movie that came out last year.
He loved it.
Yeah, it's a great movie. But Manning, it's back to you for your next nomination.
I guess I'm gonna have to bring out one of the big three again this time.
Get things out of the way.
I am seeing now what you guys are doing. You're just wanting to put it on me, so I have to make the tough decision about which one we have to. I see your devious plans ahead. You can't hide it from me. Now, okay. And there's another two. This is my favorite animated movie of all time. Still holds up to this day.
Make the right choice here.
Now, this is really interesting because there are two that I adore. One makes me cry almost every time I listen to it. The other one wants me to get up and dance while doing it.
Do that
because
one.
But I'm not going to go that one because we've got Friend Like Me on there, which is another song akin to Be Our Guest. A big, fun, bouncy song with flashy effects and a great introduction to the world, or in this case, the character for Robin Williams. We don't really have a love song in this entire thing. And I would like at least one love song on here, one that kind of encapsulates the beautiful tones of Angela Lansbury. And I'm going with Beauty and the Beast, one that is a tale as old as time, a song as old as rhyme. I'm going with that one.
Not Doug.
But yeah, Beauty and the Beast is on the table. I'm going to get myself out of the way here. This is one of the two from Beauty and the Beast I have down, so it's an easy yes. But this is one that it flip flops with the other one so much. But Caleb, what do you say about Beauty and the Beast?
I was gonna say no, and Manning made a good argument again. We've got the bouncy song on here. We don't have a romance song, and there's another romance song that could make it on here, but I feel like that one I would rather have a different song from that movie make it on that list. So I'm gonna go with Beauty and the Beast. So yes, or yeah, okay.
Beauty and the Beast makes the list. Doug, what would you have said?
Obviously you heard Belle was on my list, so yes. As long as we get one of these up, it was great. Beauty and the Beast is my third favorite song in the whole movie. Be Our Guest is my second, and Belle is my first. So that is a yes.
Now, listen to my train of thought. If we had gotten A Whole New World on over Friend Like Me, I would have gone with Be Our Guest. I just wanted some variety into what we have, so that's what my thought process
that's why
was.
My list kept switching, because I was like, wait, what do we? I don't have that on there. I have that on there, but don't have that on there.
Yep.
So,
but yeah, and I'm going to go to the chat very quickly. Jonathan Pick, we do actually have some non-Disney films on here. We've got Deliver Us from Prince of Egypt and Somewhere Out There on American Tail. So
yes,
so it's not like we only have Disney songs. It's just what have been coming out just recently. But Doug, it's back to you.
all right, so we're getting down to the nitty gritty, and this film has yet to make a song appear or anybody to nominate a song off this movie, and I think it still holds up to this day. She's still idolized by many young females. Don't read the book because the book is twisted and morbid.
no.
I'm going to go with Part of Your World, Little Mermaid. I think this is a great way to showing that you want something more than what you're told you have to have, and wanting to be unafraid to be in love. I know that we have a love song, but this is more than just a love song. This is about being outside your comfort zone. That's what I've always taken it from it. She's never known the outside world other than Atlantis. So that's why I picked Part of Your World.
Part of your world is on the table. I'm going to go to myself first. This is not the one I picked from Little Mermaid. I'm going to say no, because while I do think this is a good song, I think the one I've got picked is a better song. But Caleb, what do you say about Part of Your World?
There's a certain variety of Disney song. It's called the I Want song. It's when the characters sing about what they want. It's used in a ton of Disney movies. I Just Can't Wait to Be King. The part of Belle where she's like, I want to adventure in the great whites. And, so many different. Let It Go. That's an I Want song. It's the characters singing about what they want. We don't have a single Disney I Want song on there. And honestly, if you had to ask me what is the best of that version of the Disney I Want song, I'd say Part of Your World from Little Mermaid is the best version. It's a fantastic song. It's a really great ballad. She has this, thingamabobs, I got 20. It's fun, but it's also like soulful. It's great. I love it. I think The other two songs you could pick from that movie, we have versions of them on here. So that's why I think that I got to give a yes to this one. And I think this is the one from Little Mermaid that belongs on our list.
And honestly, I may be biased towards Little Mermaid songs from having to play them so much in Kingdom Hearts.
That's what I was thinking.
But Manning, what do you say about Part of Your World?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. But I have never been a fan of the Little Mermaid. I have always not liked Ariel as a character. I was always kind of annoyed by her. The supporting characters were fine. Ursula to me was the best, most interesting character. However, Caleb, you made a good argument for me. We don't have an "I Want" song, and this song is still super catchy. It's still really good. The songs in here are the best part of the Little Mermaid in my eyes. I may enjoy Ariel more in the Kingdom Hearts game than the first Kingdom Hearts game more than I do the movie, which it's not a great thing to say, but it's a great song. It's a genuinely very good song, so I'm gonna have to say yes. If we're gonna have a big one on there, let's go for it. You can't have one without Little Mermaid as much as it would be to my chagrin.
But Part of Your World makes the list, which leaves one of the big four left. Caleb, are you going to go for it?
Yeah, because I know if I didn't go for it, my suggestion probably wouldn't make it on. So I'm going to go for it. Which one to go for is the question. There's one where it's like, we don't have one of these type of songs, but I also don't think it's the best or the second best song from this movie. So I'm going to go with the Circle of Life. It's just so epic. It's so epic. It's just a giant song, and you feel just the weight of the song when you're listening to it. It's just everything, the chorus in the background, the main lyrics, that "Nah, Savannah." I mean, everyone who has a pet, or even if you don't have a pet and you had like a brother,
a baby,
younger age than you, has taken that, like your sibling, and lifted them up and gone, "Nah, Savannah." Everyone has done that. Everyone has done that. It's an iconic song. You remember it, but it just has that weight and everything. There's more to be seen that can ever be seen. More to do than can ever be done. Come on, a Circle of Life.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember seeing Prince William holding George or Charlotte up to her audience.
Oh, that'd be great.
They really should have. But yeah, out of the ones that was nominated for Best Original Song Oscar in '95, once I find it, this is definitely the best one out of the three that was nominated. It didn't win, but I'm going to say yes to Circle of Life. That's the other one which I don't mind getting on from Lion King. Manning, what do you say about Circle of Life?
No, it would also be an absolute yes from me, because I understand what Caleb was going for. We don't have "Be Prepared." We don't have a villain song on here. And that was one that I was like, that would have been really good to have. But yes, this song is still the better one. Well, I'm all for us trying to fill all the little pieces ever together on this list. If it's obviously the superior song, then I want to go for that one. And this one is iconic. They literally recut their trailer for the live action to this movie because they knew exactly what they were going for. They knew this audience was gonna eat it up, and I ate it up. So yes.
But yeah, Circle Life makes the list. Doug, what would you have said?
It's a yes. Lion King was the first movie I ever seen in theaters. Again, that scene, I have puppies, and I just did that with a puppy literally yesterday.
Nice.
I was dying. No, but yeah, there's not too many songs that are that well put together for a movie. And and like was said, the entire live action trailer was redone around it. So it's that powerful of a song. So it's a definite yes.
And with that, it's we've got the big four Disney songs
All right.
movies on here. So Caleb is now happy. Now I'm going to. We're getting a lot of demand in the chat to try and bring up more non-Disney properties. So
Okay.
I'm going to.
Go ahead, Malcolm. I'm just saying there are very limited people what we can do for musicals. They're very limited. We try.
But I'm going to try a non-Disney animated movie, but I'm going to go for an R-rated animated. This is one of my favorite song in this movie. I'm going to go for The Great Beyond from Sausage Party.
No.
Not where I thought you were going with
If you're thinking of the other R-rated one, I do not like that series. So,
Okay.
Great Beyond is a really fun song, which it encompasses exactly what the movie is about in that opening scene. Just like showing that the movie is going to be a really big lampoon towards religion. And what it sort of means to all these individuals. This is one which is a kind of it was made by a lot of ex-Disney people. This song was written by Alan Menken, who has done a lot of Disney songs. So this has a really clear Disney feel in this movie, which could probably be considered a parody to the whole Disney Pixar movies. And I do think this one takes the spirit of Disney and twists it so much that it is so fun to listen to, and just one that I do think is a great opening song to an animated movie. But Caleb, what do you say about The Great Beyond?
I was literally just listening to this song because I've never heard it before. I honestly didn't really get into it. I'm sorry. Maybe it's because I didn't have the full time or see it in context of the film, but I had to listen to it now. I think there are a lot of other songs that deserve the last spot on the list over this one.
Doug, what do you say about The Great Beyond?
As much as I love this, and it is such a parody of It's a Small World, I do have to go with no. I do love this movie, though. The end sequence is what pays off for this movie for me a lot, because it's just hilarious. It's just raunchy at the end, and it's great. But yeah, unfortunately, this one's a no for me.
And Manning, what would you have said?
I would have said that is definitely an end sequence. That is definitely an end sequence. It would have been a no, just because I'm not a fan of Sausage Party personally. And that song was fine, but it's not my type of humor. So it was a no for me.
But Manning, it's back to you.
There are four, well, more than four. There's like 5 songs that I want to get on here, and that's not going to happen because we have 2 spots left.
We have 2? I thought we only had 1.
Do we have 1?
2 left.
We have 2? Okay. That helps.
Okay.
Unless I lost count somewhere, because I got.
No, we've definitely got 2 because there's 10 on the list.
Yeah. There's now for the chat. There is only one other song that made my honorable mentions that is not a Disney song. But for the sake of being interesting, I'm gonna throw it on there and see what you guys think. It's a criminally underrated song done by, well, people think this is a Disney movie, but it's not. It's mistaken countless times because it has some great musical numbers. And this is easily the best musical number. It's haunting, kind of very dark, but hopeful and very sad and poignant. And that is Once Upon a December from Anastasia. I'm not sure if people have ever seen that, but it was one that I kind of gravitated toward the most because visually, with the ghosts that are dancing in the hallway as she's imagining a world that she can't possibly remember, Once Upon a December is this really epic, bone-chilling kind of musical number. And I kind of wish that Disney would do more something akin to that because it's a very epic and very moving. I don't remember the movie as much as that song, but that song is one that's stuck with me, hauntingly beautiful, so many times. That's what I describe it, hauntingly beautiful. So, Once Upon a December from Anastasia.
I'm going to go to Doug first. Doug, what do you say about Once Upon a December?
My only non-Disney movie that made this list was
Ah!
Anastasia, and it's Once Upon a December because I love that that song is haunting. And if you know Anastasia's story at all,
Oh, yeah.
it's a very haunting movie, and I very much remember that movie because the bat is amazing in that movie. Rasputin is amazing
Bartok.
in
Oh,
that
yeah.
movie.
Oh, yeah.
I'm. It's 2 spots left, and it deserves a
Shit.
spot in this list. It really honestly does. So it's a yes for me.
All right.
I'm going to go next. I've never seen Anastasia, but I just listened to the song, and I mean, technically, you can argue it is now a Disney-owned property now because it was done by
Oh, yeah.
Fox. So,
Technically.
so take that what you want. But I really like the song. And I'm probably going to give it a slight yes. Caleb, what would you have said about Once Upon a December?
I just listened to it too. Yeah, it was pretty good. I was kind of, it's a good song. I haven't really decided if I was going to give it a yes or not. But I'll say I was that Manning and Doug are happy.
Oh, well, that's fine. I mean, this is the,
I don't
again,
know yet.
don't
I haven't had time to
Don't
let the song sit.
Yeah, don't say yes. Don't say yes because I just brought it up. It's just one that I think, it was one of my honorable mentions, but I think it'd be really great in the spirit of let's have some diversity on the list besides just Disney. This is one of the few that really sticks above the rest, so that's why I just wanted to bring it out there. And what do you know, Major?
Anyway, it's back to Doug. Doug, can you fill in the last spot?
So I'm hoping I can fill in the last spot. A lot of people are probably not going to want this song, so it probably won't fill in the last spot. But I really feel like we need another classic on this because without these classic movies, we wouldn't have the modern movies that we have nowadays, even outside of Disney.
With the classic villain song, Doug.
One of those movies about anamorphic animals told one of the greatest versions of Robin Hood to date. And the song that I want to choose is Ooh Dee La, which is the opening song. Do 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 do.
Yep.
I can remember to this day watching Kurt Costner's version of Robin Hood and being like, "You're trash." The animated movie was better. Every version I've said the animated version has topped that version. It's superior because it's just a great movie. And it adds a lot of heart and soul. And I think this is one of the best for that era of opening songs next to Best of Friends that can be out there because it starts literally with Little John and Robin, and it's great.
Yeah, I'm gonna go first on this. When you're talking about the classic songs, this is not the one I thought you were going with. And just for a pure strategy thing, because while I do like that song, there's one other that I think is a more classic song and one that's more iconic when it comes to Disney canon that I think really needs to be on this list that I'm surprised hasn't come up yet. Manning, what do you say about the Robin Hood song?
This is also one of my sister's favorite songs, but it's not my favorite song. And there's one more classic song from Disney that I really want to get on here, and so it's gonna be a no from me until we get to that spot or someone else convinces me otherwise.
And Caleb, what would you have said?
I'm also giving a no. I hope we're all thinking of the same classic song.
Good.
Well,
Can I go with it?
It is.
Okay. We don't have a villain song on this list. We need a villain song on this list. I like classic Disney. Doug likes classic Disney. We all like classic Disney. We need a villain song. We need a classic Disney song. How do we solve that problem? We do one that's both. Cruella de Vil. Hey, that's what I'm going with. She's the meanest Disney villain ever. She's horrible. She wants to kill puppies. And that song, everybody knows that song. You just play those notes. You just play those piano notes, and you know it. This song needs to be on the list because we need a villain song on here. We don't have a villain song. It's such an iconic song that, like, whenever you think of the character, you have to start singing that song. Like, that song is so tied with the character, tied with the movie. It needs to be on the list. I really hope it's on the list.
This was not the classic song I was thinking of.
We need a villain song.
I don't have any songs from 101 Dalmatians on my list. So, I as much as it's a catchy song, I've never really gravitated to Cruella de Vil at all. Manning, what do you say about Cruella de Vil?
I say that she's a cold-hearted monster for wanting to kill those puppies. She has taken capitalism too far, ladies and gentlemen. Stop with the greed. No. It's a great couple chords. It's not the thing. I was not what I was thinking, Caleb. That's not what I was thinking either.
Yeah, I just looked at the chat, and I'm pretty sure they said what you were thinking of.
Yeah. No, it's gonna be a no for me.
Doug, what would you have said about Cruella de Vil?
I kind of feel the same way that Manning feels. It's a great, it's a great sing-along song, but I don't think it's one of the best villain songs or classic songs. So it's a no for me with that one.
Anyway, it's back to me, and yeah, the chat was right with the classic song, which is what they were going with. When You Wish Upon a Star is probably the most famous song from Disney that is the first one that I thought of when I had this list. It's the first one I wrote down. This is one that it's even the one they use in their opening jingle-y thing as well. When You Wish Upon a Star is probably one of those songs which is so well known. It's a great song, and if I remember rightly, it's from Pinocchio. But yeah, this is one of those ones which it's a it may not be a villain song, it may not be a I Want song. It's one of those songs which is just an iconic song that everyone would know sort of when you say best song from an animated movie. Manning, what do you say about When You Wish Upon a Star?
This is an absolute yes. This is one of the best songs. I was gonna do this a while ago, but this is one of the best songs of all time, in my personal opinion. This is the encapsulation of Disney's corporate grasp upon us, and I am drinking that Kool-Aid full on because this movie encapsulates why I love Disney, why I love why I love the magic of animated films in general. I'm not just Disney. There's something about them that kind of transcends, beyond what a real-life action film or a real-life film can do in general. And I'm going to have to say an absolute yes. There are a few other songs on my list, but if I was going to be honest, this was an absolute positive yes.
Caleb, what do you say about When You Wish Upon a Star?
I think this one's just okay, but honestly, I want to get to the ranking portion, and it's iconic, and I get it. So let's just make it a yes.
Doug, what would you have said about When You Wish Upon a Star?
You're not going to say yes.
Actually, I would have said there's one that's actually a little bit more classic than that. Just from my own list that I had down still. So it would have been a no for me just because there is one song that's a little bit more classic than When You Wish Upon a Star. I know
Okay.
that doesn't seem like that, but there is one that's a little bit more classic.
But yeah, Caleb, did you have any honorable mentions?
Yeah, I'll do these quickly because again, I want to get to the ranking part. Why Should I Worry from Oliver and Company, and Accidentally in Love from Shrek 2.
That's a good
Those
one.
are both great, and I think they both are. Shrek 2, it's like a different kind of, animated song, but it's great, and I love it, and Counting Crows are awesome. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, and I didn't realize it was an original song until Caleb brought it up in our private chat. So, Doug, what honorable mentions did you have?
I got 3 if it's cool. I got Go the Distance from Hercules. You'll Be in My Heart, and Noble Maiden Fair from Brave. I think that song's haunting and chilling, and just Emma Thompson just kills the performance on that song.
But yeah, and Manning, what honorable mentions did you have?
Oh boy, what do I have? Oh boy. Okay, so I had some other ones on here. Honorable mentions. We have Sunflower. That's one that it's too new for me to put on, but it's one I think that'll over time be like, oh man, it's just a great song from oh wow, I just totally blanked. What am I talking about? Spider-Verse. It's a great song from there. You also have How Far I'll Go. Somehow that movie I didn't care for at first, but the more I watch it, the more I adore that entire sequence with Moana, what that does. I also love Together from Afar from How to Train Your Dragon 3, which I didn't want to bring that up because I'm not sure, I need that to sit more with me before I bring that up personally. But it's one of my favorite songs of the year from a trilogy that I adore. I really adore that trilogy.
I cried the last 15 minutes, like just bawled.
I know, right? It's just like it's a perfect. Sorry, this is not the the How to Train Your Dragon Love Fest podcast. But yeah, that's basically like the 3. Oh, and I See the Light. I was gonna bring that up, but I don't know. I should have brought it up sooner. But that's one of my personal ones from Tangled, which is a highly underrated film. It's getting more love now, but Tangled's I See the Light would have been one of my favorites.
But yeah, for me, the honorable mentions I had, Whistle While You Work from Snow White. I had Baby Mine from Dumbo. I had You Can Fly from Peter Pan. I did have Let It Go from Frozen on my list. I also had Everything Is Awesome. I had a whole bunch of ones on my list, but yeah. But now we go into the ranking portion of the list. We'll write down on a bit of paper or whiteboard on what we want for number 12. And yeah. So just to recap what we've got on the list, we've got The Bells of Notre Dame, Deliver Us from Prince of Egypt, I'll Make a Man of You from Mulan, Somewhere Out There from American Tail, You've Got a Friend in Me from Toy Story, got The Bare Necessities from Jungle Book, Friend Like Me from Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Part of Your World from Little Mermaid, Circle of Life, Once Upon a December, and When You Wish Upon a Star.
Man.
It's definitely a tough choice, but
that's really hard. But
I'm ready.
I'm ready too.
Oh, all right. Hold on.
Oh, we can wait.
My pen died.
Resuscitate it immediately.
But Caleb, what do you have for 12?
I'm gonna break a lot of hearts. Somewhere Out There.
Doug, what do you have for 12?
Wish Upon a Star.
Manning, what do you have for 12?
Oh, I had Once Upon a December.
Yeah, I went something completely different from what is. I went with The Bells of Notre Dame.
I'm okay with switching mine to one of the other ones. Since we have a tie, I would like to volunteer to switch mine to one.
Yeah.
I'll put Once Upon a December.
Okay.
I mean, I was going to say we can go to the chat, but
And the chat.
that works as well.
Listen, I love Once Upon a December, but I'll bring it down there as well.
But I mean, the chat would have agreed with you anyway. That would have been Once Upon a December anyway.
I'm seeing that right now. I'm glad I'm winning you back. Yes, I'm glad I'm winning you back.
But just get out of the way, I haven't changed my vote. I've still got the Bells of Notre Dame. Manning, what do you want for 11?
I totally didn't write it down, but if I did have a choice, it'd be somewhere out there.
Doug, what do you want for 11?
I ain't changed my answer. Wish Upon a Star.
Caleb?
Somewhere out there.
Same wavelength over here, sort of.
Manning and I are on sync.
Sort of. I mean,
mostly.
I mean, when it comes to the ranking portion, you're on the same wavelength.
yeah, I guess.
We were in sync for like the beginning, and then once eye happened, but then you made it back up.
Listen, I'm sorry for those who like eye to high. That's not it. Eye to eye. It's not for me. There's some songs you just don't click with. That's one I don't click with. I don't get that movie.
But anyway, we're down to a number 10.
All right, give me a second to think about this one.
Yes, wait.
Can I get the list again? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Douglas, there should be a button on your side that says chat.
Yes.
And you can see the list.
Although if he's on his phone, it might be
I don't
harder.
have that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what we've got on the list, we've got the Bells of Notre Dame, Deliver Us from Prince of Egypt, I'll Make a Man Out of You from Mulan, You've Got a Friend in Me from Toy Story, The Bare Necessities from Jungle Book, Friend Like Me from Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Part of Your World from Little Mermaid, Circle of Life, and When You Wish Upon a Star. But I've still got the Bells of Notre Dame. I'm going to die in this tour until it gets on.
You will not take it from me. You will not take it from me.
What do you want for 10?
I would like Part of Your World.
Whoa.
Doug, what do you have for 10?
I'm going to die on this sword because I still don't think it's the best classic song out there. Wish Upon a Star.
And Caleb, what do you have?
Doug, I'm giving you a nice release, When You Wish Upon a Star.
Ouch.
It's a good song, but it's not top 12.
Wow. Am I that much of a Disney shill, really? Did I just realize that? Was that dawning on me?
I just think of that song.
To be fair, the whole chat's been calling all of us Disney shills because we've mostly got Disney songs on here.
Because it's like...
If anybody can call themselves a Disney shill, it's the only person.
There are about 19 films that are 19 or 20 so films. I looked it up that are not animated Disney musicals or something like that, ranging from like Road to El Dorado all the way to like that really weird Oz movie that came out a few years ago. No one remembers that musical. It's really, really hard to not pick Disney when they own the market. Just a saying out there.
Yeah. But
watching them.
But yeah, I'm just going to keep my board like this.
Get out of here!
Deliver Us.
Don't you dare!
Manning, what do you have for 9?
Part of Your World still.
Doug, what do you have for 9?
I want Deliver Us. Oh.
I said Bare Necessities, but I'm willing to change my vote again to Deliver Us. Sorry.
Oh, come on!
I'm sorry.
Y'all are crazy.
Part of Your World was great, Manning. I'm sorry.
And there ends Caleb and Manning's partnership.
Yep, nope, it's over. It's over, Anakin!
But now we've got to number 8.
I protest this list immediately.
just like Kristen did with the musical one when Singing in the Rain got 5th or 7th or something like that.
Don't remind me.
But Caleb, what do you have for 8?
Bare Necessities.
And Doug, what do you have for 8?
Part of Your World.
Manning, what do you have for 8?
Get out of here, Ariel. Wait, hold on. That's undo typing. Part of Your World. Like I kick out undo typing.
Unfortunately, undo typing did not make the list. And
Oh man.
and I still had the bells, but now we're on to number 7.
I'm still distraught right now. Like this, that was my number 3.
I mean, it was Cameron Holzman's number 1. So,
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right, Cameron. That was a good number 1.
but Caleb, what do you have for 7?
Bare Necessities.
Doug, what do you have for 7?
It's not out of here yet because Bells of Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
It's not a football.
Manning, what do you have for 7?
I'm going to go with as much as begrudging me to say it, Caleb and Bare Necessities.
Bit of a tie. I've still got Bells of Notre Dame. So chat.
Should we? The chat.
Bells of Notre Dame or the Bare Necessities? What should be at 7?
We'll wait to see. Delay.
All right, Cameron just said I'd get rid of Bare Necessities.
Okay.
Oh, Zaddy's just said Bare Necessities. Wait, is he saying?
Oh, wait. Who's take 3?
It's Brooklyn. So
Brooklyn, get out of here. You don't count. We're not counting you.
yeah, he was.
Notre Dame is musically interesting. Come on, Brooklyn.
Get off those Bears.
But I'm seeing more Bare Necessities than I'm seeing Bells. So Bare Necessities is going to be number 7.
Is it Bears or Bells? What do you hate more? Listen, guys, after what happened to Notre Dame, give it some respect, okay? Give it some.
That's horrible. You can't use that. Don't say that.
I'm trying to. I have one song I want left, man. 2, actually. Just kidding.
But yeah, it's safe to say I'm still got Bells for number 6.
I didn't change either.
Oh no.
Manning, can we be on the same wave here?
Caleb, what do you have for
I have got a friend in me.
6? Manning, what do you have for 6?
I had friend like me. So close. Okay, there goes Bells. The most musically interesting film, but okay. Take out my 2 favorites, why don't you?
But I can finally change my
You've been riding it since number 12.
Oh yeah.
Just to recap what we've got left. We've got I'll Make a Man Out of You.
Oh yeah.
You've Got a Friend in Me. A Friend Like Me. Beauty and the Beast. And Circle of Life.
Mm-hmm.
What was the last one?
Circle of Life.
Circle of Life.
Okay.
All right, I'm ready.
I'm not.
We'll go with the same one. You've Got a Friend in Me.
I also went with You Got a Friend in Me.
Benning, what did you have?
I switched it to You've Got a Friend in Me as well, because I knew that would get more votes, and I have one more film that I want to make it.
I actually have a hot take, and I went Circle of Life.
Ooh.
But You've Got a Friend in Me is going to be 5.
Manning, follow your instinct here. You follow your heart.
How many? We have 4 left, right?
Yeah. Okay, follow your instinct here. Do what you were gonna do. And it might work out.
Caleb, what do you have for number 4?
I have a friend like me.
Doug, what do you have for number 4?
Beauty and the Beast.
Manning, what do you have for 4?
Much as it pains me to say it, friend like me.
And I've still got Circle of Life, so Friend Like Me.
And honestly, I
Alright.
forgot about Beauty and the Beast, but I'm okay. I would have said Beauty and the Beast, actually. Is it too late to switch?
It is too late to switch.
Dang it,
Yep.
dang it.
Come on, guys. You're supposed to be on the same page with me if you thought about it.
But anyway,
We have 2 left, right?
Yeah,
3.
We've got 3.
3 left.
Doug,
Man out of you.
keep doing what you were doing.
Wait. Beauty and the Beast, Circle of Life, and what?
I'll make a man out of you.
I'll make a man out of you.
Okay.
Doug,
Is it
keep
out of or out of? That's the big question. Or is it different?
I don't know, but Caleb, what do you have for number 3?
Beauty and the Beast. Doug, don't let me down.
Beauty and the Beast.
Manning, what do you have for 3?
I hate all of you right now. I have I'll make a man out of you.
And I had Circle of Life, so I couldn't have taken it for that. So Beauty and the Beast is going to be 3.
I protest this list.
And now we write down what we think should be number 1, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
Oh, what should be number 1?
Yes.
Oh boy, this is really hard actually. Because all my horses are now left the race.
That's all right. I haven't had a horse in it since what? Since number 7.
Okay, well. Might as well.
But Caleb, what do you have for number 1?
Circle of Life.
Doug, what do you have for number 1?
Circle of Life.
Manning, what do you have for number 1?
Obviously, it should be Beauty and the Beast, but Circle of Life.
Yeah, I had I'll Make a Man of You.
The fact that okay, oh, never mind. I give up.
Well, I mean, like I said it earlier, Hakuna Matata is my favorite song from Lion King, so that's kind of why I was considering not trying to make it number 1, but
Too late.
This is quite a list.
This is. Hey, it's not that bad of a list. It's actually a pretty solid list.
There's some ones that I wish were a little bit higher, a little bit lower. But I think, honestly, like our top 5, maybe I would probably switch 6 and 5, but still pretty good.
But
this is it's solid as a solid consensus list.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those ones like I know that if we had multiple if I had allowed multiple movies to make the list, like we could have had a lot of Lion King, a lot of the big 4, which is what I didn't want to happen. But it's a really solid list, and when you're picking one from per movie, it's going to be really interesting to sort of see sort of where people land when it comes to sort of what movie and stuff like that. But anyway, this is the top 12 songs from animated movies. We've got Once Upon a December from Anastasia. We've got Somewhere Out There from An American Tail. We've got When You Wish Upon a Star from Pinocchio. We've got Deliver Us from Prince of Egypt. We've got Part of Your World from Little Mermaid. We've got Ben Necessities from Jungle Book. Belle's Notre Dame from Hunchback of Notre Dame is 6. At 5, we've got You Got a Friend in Me. At 4, we've got Friend Like Me. At 3, we've got Beauty and the Beast. At 2, we've got I'll Make a Man of You, out of you, whatever it's worded. At number 1, we've got Circle Life from The Lion King. All in all, this isn't it's not a bad list. We're probably going to get a lot of hate in the comments, and
It's
because I know like it's one of those ones like when it comes to picking favorite songs from various movies, everyone has got the different opinion. Because I mean, I like Hakuna Matata way more than I like Circle of Life. So, but Caleb, where can people find you on the interwebs?
Thank you for going to me first, because I gotta jump out of here like right now because I'm late for a jukebox match. You can find me hosting Multiplex Movie Warzone. We're in the middle of a singles tournament. It's great. You can also find me on I believe Jukebox Trivia is on Take 3, I think, and you can find me playing Caleb Coho in a Panic at the Disco trivia match, and I chimed in and said bye.
He's gone.
Well, to be fair, that the jukebox trivia match can't happen until I go off. Stop the podcast. But Doug, where can people find you online?
Yeah, you just can find me in the plethora of fan leagues that are out here, and also with the brand new divisions for Movie Battleground with Nerd Fights and Game Zone. Super stoked for those to come out this summer. So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Nice.
And Manning, where can people find you online?
You can find me here at Take 3, as well as Twitter at Cine_Man. That's CINE_MANN. If you want to hear all my opinions about why I don't like a Goofy movie, so sorry. But you can also find my YouTube channel, Manning Franks, where I do video essays, and we have, I'm going to have video editing mashups coming up. Actually, for those who are watching, I know some people who like How to Train Your Dragon. I wrote a video essay specifically regarding How to Train Your Dragon and how it is an excellently done trilogy that kind of explains how to grow up and mature with your audience. It's a beautifully done trilogy, and I want to shout that out. Also, Gone with the Wind, guys. Get ready. It's coming back. You excited, Malcolm?
Definitely. But for me, you can find me online hosting Wankum every Sunday night. I've got the poll for next week's episode up on the Take 3 page already. And I meant to do this at the start of the show, but this is from the fan poll for the Batman villains from last week. From the fan poll, this is what you had as your top 5. Hush came in at 5. Scarecrow was number 4. The Riddler was 3. Two-Face was the 2nd. And Joker was the number 1 by a long shot.
Of course.
You can also find me hosting a new division of Movie Battlegrounds as well. And I'm running the TV division over on Battlegrounds, as well as helping out Game Zone and Nerd Fights as well. So there's a lot of new stuff debating wise coming your way. And so yeah, and you can also see Caleb taking on the Chambliss brothers in the SpongeBob match this week on Formula Random. And until next week, because I know Brooklyn will be mad if I keep talking and they got our broadcast. Keep listening shit.